What it do, people? You know what it is, and you know what it sounds like. NBA, picking with Pop, right here on Pop TV. Let's go.
Yeah, great fire.
When the chicken, then the money line clicking. Those who do it daily one-on-one populism. Cool for grade, got the fire back slid out. Hit the back line in the air, throwing signals. When the chicken, then the money line clicking. Those who do it daily one-on-one populism. Cool for grade, got the fire back slid out. Hit the back lines in the air, throwing signals.
1,000 on the table, 100,000 in the bank account. Trying to get rich. Who else in the building trying to break the house? What it do, people? Welcome back to another edition of NBA Picking with Pop. I am your host, Popovich. Yeah, kid. That feeling back up and here one more again. Happy Monday. We done made it through the weekend. Weekend is over. It's Monday motivation, motivational Monday. I am your motivational speaker, whether you like it or not. Less excuses, more execution, and that was some motivation for your ass, even though you didn't ask for it. Playoffs? Don't talk to me about playoffs. I just hope that we can win a game and then another game. Round two, let's go. Round two, like round two. Um, and so far in the East, we was wrong about Boston Celtics one series, and they had them going to play OKC. And in the West, we was wrong with the Denver Nuggets. So in the first round, we had one series on both sides of the bracket wrong. Just that the East bracket hurts because I had Boston going to the finals to play OKC. I mean, that's the matchup I wanted to see. I know he's saying that with the Knicks on. That might be blasphemy because I am from New York. So I can understand people like, how you have Boston over the Knicks? I just thought they was better. Knicks ain't really won nothing, so we don't get our hopes up too high. But with that being said, before we get into today's NBA action, let's do a quick recap of yesterday's NBA action. Yesterday was two games on the slate, and we did bad yesterday. I mean, we had the right teams, money line, Cleveland and Detroit Pistons, because we had both of them. We had both of them for the series. We had both of them for the series, but we thought game seven that it would be a little closer than what it was, and it wasn't. Cleveland ended up winning by 12, I believe. The spread was 8.5. And Detroit ended up Hulk smashing, and the spread was 8.5. But we was right about the series for what that's worth. Gave out both locks, Orlando and Toronto. We went 0-2 yesterday on the locks and for the show. So that brings our grand total record to my grand total record now is 26-22. And as far as the locks, not from Yonkers, 16-14. We're going to try to rectify that today. And without further ado, let's jump right into today's NBA action with the first game being the Philadelphia 76ers, fresh off that Game 7 win over Boston, out on the road at my New York Knicks. New York Knicks is giving 7.5. And y'all know what we're about to do. It's New York in the house. It's Brooklyn in the house. Uptown in the house. Like, Shaolin, are you in the house? Japan, are you in the house? Sacramento, are you in the house? Baby, baby, come on. Baby, come on. Baby, come on. Rest in peace, ODB and Wu-Tang. Love the kids. These two teams, the New York Knicks, my New York Knickerbockers, and the Philadelphia 76ers, have played 4 times this year, each team winning twice. And they played 2 years ago inside of the playoffs 2020, 2024. What I'm going to do right now is go way back in the time. Now I'm just playing. But I will look and see these games because I didn't really look at that. Today was a long day. That's why I'm doing my show a little bit late. Normally I would have been did it because I'm off today. So what we got? We got let's look for the New York Knicks. We got Philadelphia 76ers losing to the Knicks January 24th, 109, 112. Sure, Joel Embiid didn't play in that game. Oh, he did. He had 38. Wow. Paul George had 9, Maxey 22, VJ Edgecombe 14, and Kelly Oubre 14. The Knicks, on the other hand, they starting five played. Ginobili, Hart, Towns, Brunson, Mal Bridges. That was the last game. Then the game before that was on January 3rd at the New York Knicks. And Philadelphia did win that game 130-119. Joel Embiid also played in that game, had 26, Maxey 36, VJ Edgecombe 26, and Paul George 15. On the other end, everybody played for the Knicks. Where's Josh Hart at? Josh Hart didn't play for the Knicks, but Mitchell Robinson played in the starting lineup. And then let's go back a little further. Knicks did win at home on December 19th, 116-107. Covered the 7.5 that they given out tonight. No Joel Embiid though. Everybody played for the Knicks except Robinson. And then let's see before that, just to refreshing my memory. And I'm fresh just getting in the house, to be honest with you. Could have swore they played 4 times. So where's the other game at? I don't see it. Oh, here you go. Yeah. Yes, that's just 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. I skipped over January. So the Knicks won in February. They beat them 138 90 89. So they Hulk smashed them. But no Joel Embiid. Maxi played. No Paul George. So I just wanted to refresh myself without making the video long. I'm on the Knicks. Um, I think they are the better team. I think Philly has played a hell of a series against Boston. Game 7 took them Game 7. Joel Embiid played 4 games in that series, and he looked really, really good, especially just coming back from a appendectomy or whatever, appendicitis, whatever. Getting this shit pulled out. I know I had my appendix removed, so I know what that pain is like. 10 days in the hospital, and then it is even still pain afterwards. And you see him on the sideline, they stretching him out and stretching the abdominal muscles and all that. Could have been cramps, who knows? 2-2. I think the Knicks are the better team. ATS wise, they are one of those teams that just go crazy at home. They have a good record against the spread at home. They are the better rested team or the more rested team, being how they ended their series already against the Atlanta Hawks. And a lot of them didn't even play significant minutes in there because they was up 50. I think the Knicks win this series just like in 2024 in 6 games. You hear Joel Embiid like, yo, we come back to Philly, we're gonna need the fans to be rowdy. We're going, this was like the Madison Square Garden in Philly. You know what I mean? Saying like the Knicks fans is traveling well. But I'm on the New York Knicks. I think they'll just be a well-oiled machine at home. Also, when you play a team for that many times, especially a 7-game grueling series, you got to, figure it out in the first game. Even though you play them in the regular season, it's obviously a little different in the playoffs. So I'm on the Knicks. I want to say that's a little bit too much as far as the spread. Let's see what the public is saying. 280, 286. Money line, 76% is on the Knicks, 51% is on Philly minus the 7.5. The over and under is 213.5. I like the Knicks game and over. I'm going with the Knicks game and over. That's who I like in this one right here. Next game up, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves out on the road at the San Antonio Spurs. Minnesota Timberwolves is getting 9.5. And we've seen these two teams play as well 3 times this year, if I'm not mistaken. Spurs lost 2-1. They also lost to Denver 2-1. But let's take a quick recap just to refresh our own memory of how these games played out. Because I don't remember, obviously. Regular season is the regular season. So they played twice in January. Spurs beat them 126, 123. Anthony Edwards had 55. Michael Jordan, double nickel in the Garden. Jeez. Den Vincentino, he had 11. McDaniels had 23, and Julius Randle had 17. Victor Wembanyama, he had 39. Fox 25, Castle 8, kind of like a pedestrian game. And it took all the fourth quarter to beat them because Timberwolves was right there through the whole game. Then they played again, and the Spurs lost 104, 105. 104, 103. Victor Wembanyama, he had 29. Castle had 11. Fox had 12. And Edwards had 23. Vincino had 19. Edwards had 15. Daniels had 12. And I'm sure they played one more overtime besides this. Let's look at it and see. Yeah, the Spurs lost 125, 112. Victor Wembanyama didn't play. Fox had 25. Castle didn't play. Edwards 32. DiVincenzo 18. Daniels 13. And Randall 22. I'm on the Spurs. I think both home teams, although the rounds get harder because this is the playoffs, I think they said Edwards gonna come back, so I would definitely love to see him come back. Only because I want to see a competitive series. You know what I'm saying? Now because I had Denver winning and then beating the Spurs in the second round, I got the Spurs winning this series, and I got the Knicks winning over Philly. In case I didn't say that when I was on that segment. Knicks and Philly for the series. I got the Knicks in 6. I got the Spurs in 6. I'm taking the Spurs tonight. They are a young team. They haven't done anything yet, but this would be a great step in the right direction. Coming out, beating a hobble team. They're coming off a 7-game series, a grueling series. They might still be a little tired, even though they're young. Spurs been resting home, looking at film, getting their game plan together. I think they come out and they get a dominant win at their place. That's who I like. That's who I'm taking. No theme music. But here go the locks. Not from Yonkers, but the locks that get you and me the winner chicken dinners. And I'm going with my New York Knicks, and I'm going with the San Antonio Spurs. Both teams at home to open up the second round in strong fashion. That's who I like. That's who I'm taking. You can let me know who you like. You can let me know who you taking. All I ask is that you hit the like button so I can stay in the algorithm. But y'all know what it is. It's your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. NBA, picking with Pop, right here on Popovich TV. Of course, we are live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling back up and here. One more again. Yeah, kid. Let's get some money on this Monday motivation.